Look, dear one, religion can be very bad indeed. I mean, it didn't do Jesus any good, did it? In the story, they crucify him. You know, in the story, I know it's been mangled with historicity, but wasn't the Romans that pressed for his death? It's the religious body. Wasn't the secular world. It was the degenerate, supposed family of God, church, whatever you like to call it, scribes, Pharisees, hypocrites. Or as John Baptist puts it, who told you to flee from the wrath to come? What are you doing here? He was really saying of his critics, isn't he? Good on him. Don't be upset if you're excommunicated, flung out. Whatever your faults, I can tell you you're thrown out for the wrong reason. It's really tall poppy syndrome. They just got to scythe you down. The presence of God is terribly condemning. You see, that's why the secular are kept from the presence of God. In Old Testament terms, they're just in fear and terror. You go up, Moses, we're not going up. And they have a party down below. Free, we're free. We can do what we like. I mean, that's the story, isn't it? And you know, even Moses feels they don't deserve this help, and smashes the lifeline that would bring them to life eternal. And has to crawl back up the mountain. Poor chap. Say, I think I've not handled this right. Could you give us another set of stones with the way written on it? And God does. But I'm not at all clear it was the same stuff written on there. I mean, God just wants to wipe them out. Oh, it's a fearful God. We're not talking about Jesus here, mate, I can tell you. You know, this is the God of Moses, wants to wipe them out, just as he smashed the stones. It's a gut reaction, and it's not terribly holy. But for Moses' sake, I suspect, God does give him another set of stones. And they're the foundation of a religion that is a nightmare that will bring them ultimately to have ears to hear, to receive Jesus. That's the overall story that you would make of the canon that's referred to as the Bible. An appallingly man-made volume, you might think. I mean, you don't find reading Revelation uplifting unless you're a particularly unusual character. Well, apart from there'll be a new heaven and a new earth and everything's hunky-dory, of course. But barring that, goodness, the highlight of the story is the crucifixion of the nicest person you could imagine. I mean, that's not good, is it? You know, God doesn't just way back wash his hands of the matter and destroy everybody but 8 people and all the animals but a handful. But in the Revelation too, it destroys, you know, a third of the earth here, and there's absolute mayhem going on of destruction, isn't there? I mean, you've got to be off your trolley to look at it and say, yes, it's all good, isn't it? It's not. It's meant to scream at you, this is not the way. And therefore have ears to hear. Look, it's very good in some ultra overarching understanding that all this trouble will lead to, ultimately, life eternal. But it's a hard grind to get there. In the getting there. Now, I don't mean there aren't amazing shortcuts for us. I speak as an economist, of course, here. The perfect economist achieves everything with virtually no resources. Which is what God does, of course. He starts with nothing. And what's he do? Makes an eternal family that's just perfect. Wow. Can you imagine anything better than that? I don't think I can. It'll certainly do anyway. No, Jesus is the way, not Christianity, not religion. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.